One of the saddest lessons of history is this: if we've been bamboozled long enough, we tend to reject any evidence of the bamboozle. We're no longer interested in finding out the truth. The bamboozle has captured us. It is simply too painful to acknowledge even to ourselves that we've been taken. Once you give a charlatan power over you, you almost never get it back. Carl Sagan. Greetings, mortals. I'm your host Simon. Welcome back to the Library of Gnosis. Here on this channel I have covered many different religions, but there is one religion more dangerous than any other. It has been responsible for more murder and suffering than all others combined. Its followers blindly accept its rhetoric without question, while allowing themselves to be enslaved by its policies. This is the religion of government, also known as statism. Statism is the biggest religious cult in the world, where people believe in quote-unquote governments having special rights they do not possess themselves. Quote-unquote laws are nothing but written threats that will be enforced with violence if you do not conform to them. Quote-unquote authority is an illusory concept that enables all of the above to be carried out with or without your consent, which makes everyone a slave to this system. Followers of statism blindly accept the authority of government without question, even when these governments may enact policies that can be oppressive or harmful to individuals. The state religion of the Soviet Union was atheism, because government is meant to replace the role of God in society. Government has ideas so good they have to be mandatory. The state has a superhuman, almost divine right that other mortals do not. Government issues commands, and if you disobey, you are a sinner and are to be punished. Politicians are the priest class. They speak on behalf of the God figure. From the very beginning of your life, you are taught to respect authorities. Schools are just government indoctrination camps that teach you to obey quote-unquote authority. Schools are not there to educate you. They are there to enforce submission to authority. Public schools do not educate you on practical or esoteric knowledge. Schools are there to indoctrinate you to be good worker bees. Just another brick in the wall, as they say. That is a big problem. School teaches you not to think for yourself. It teaches you to trust authorities. School teaches you things that are trivial, and they are guilty of teaching you a false history. The winners write history after all. Those who control the present control the past, and those who control the past control the future. George Orwell. But we the people choose our own government, I can hear you say. We have a democratic government where we vote and our voice is heard. Even if it were to be true that the people governed choose their own government, this would be nothing other than mob rule. 9 out of 10 people like gang violence, except for the 10th who is the victim, of course. The voting booth is a suggestion box for slaves. If we are the government, then anything a government does to an individual is not only just and untyrannical, but also voluntary on the part of the individual concerned. If the government conscripts a man, or throws him in jail for dissident opinion, then he is doing it to himself, and therefore nothing untoward has occurred. Murray N. Rothbard. Thank you for watching, mortals. Please leave a comment below. As I mentioned before, reading your comments is my favorite part of creating these videos. If you find value in the work I am doing, please feel free to support me on Patreon, and I want to thank all my current Patreon supporters. I will see you in the next video, mortals.